And we are here. There we go. No sound for the first few of you who are watching. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to the most interactive wrestling show on the interweb. Welcome back to Wrestling with Omer. Today is March 31st, 2024. We've got a jam-packed show on plan for you today. We're going to be talking about Cody Rhodes, who confirmed this week that he has signed an extension with WWE well past his 40th birthday. Also, Becky Lynch confirmed this week that her WWE contract is, in fact, up in the next 2 months. Drew McIntyre does not seem to have signed an extension with WWE, yet his contract is up right around WrestleMania, and so much more to get into. WrestleMania week is upon us. Welcome, everyone. I see Tony is in the chat. What's up, Tony? Good to see you. Guys, be sure to smash that like button if you're joining so more people see the stream. Also, just want to remind everyone of our WrestleMania week plans. It is a jam-packed week for the channel. Here's the rundown. Tomorrow night, join me for a live Monday Night Raw post-show. That is live tomorrow night right here on the channel. Also, I'm going to be announcing something pretty big for the channel. If you guys want to see more content from the channel, things like that, all of that is coming tomorrow on the Raw post show, so be sure to join live for that. Tuesday, of course, we got the OT Graphs podcast with me and Trevor breaking down WrestleMania. Wednesday night, join me for Dynamite post show. Thursday, I'm going to have a very special WrestleMania preview show. Also have a special announcement about something else I'm going to be doing on Thursday very soon. Be sure to subscribe. Follow me on the X for all the updates there. And then, of course, WrestleMania weekend. I will be at WrestleMania on Saturday, and I will be live in the building in Philadelphia, so not going to be doing a stream that day. Hopefully, we'll capture some content for a vlog that I'm planning on releasing on the channel pretty soon, but going to be at WrestleMania, and then I'm going to be doing the post-show for WrestleMania, review show basically for WrestleMania on Sunday morning, and then, of course, after Mania Night 2, I'm going to be doing a review show for that. WrestleMania week, big times, big money moves, big money being spent. I'll tell you that. WWE are not trying to make it easy for people to get to WrestleMania or attend WrestleMania. We'll say it's parting with a good amount of money is to be expected to attend any WWE show. We got Tony in the chat saying, last Friday SmackDown was like watching X-Men 97. It just keeps getting better. Yeah, I mean, that's how I felt watching Raw, though. I mean, I will say this. I have not watched Monday Night Raw. It had been a very long time since I had watched Monday Night Raw live for all 3 hours and been as entertained as I was this past week. Because Raw is something I always watch every week, but I usually watch it, the next day or something, or a few days after, and I'll fast forward through the parts that, are not important, I'll be honest. That's usually how I watch Raw, because 3 hours for any wrestling show is a tough sell for anyone, right? Let alone me, who's got a million other things I'm trying to do. But Monday Night Raw this week was one of the most enjoyable times I've had watching wrestling. And a lot of it was because this was a stellar show. Not just because of The Rock, not just because of the CM Punk segment that they had, but everything in between. The Rhea Ripley, Becky Lynch segment that built up their match, gave it a reason, or more of a reason, I should say, to happen. Absolutely epic. Everything else they had on that show, too, was really good. Not much bad. Like, that was one of the best Raws that I've watched live in a while. Like if we're talking about live Raws that I've watched, I think this is one of the best ones. Like, since I was a kid, basically. So, kudos to WWE for that. Fantastic episode of Monday Night Raw. Fantastic episode leading into WrestleMania week. And again, join me tomorrow night for the Monday Night Raw post show immediately after Raw goes off the air on USA Network. Let's get right into the Cody news, because I know there are a lot of people who want more information about that, what that's all about, and how it's going to impact Cody moving forward. So I will just do my best to pull this puppy up. Here it is. So This is the tweet. Let's see if I can position this to be a little bit better. Boom, boom, boom. But basically, this tweet kind of highlights everything that we know about the Cody Rhodes situation right now. The American Nightmare seemingly confirmed the news while speaking to Justin Walker on YouTube. Speaking about his dad, the legendary wrestler, okay, he mentioned, okay, he didn't want to be an old man wrestler. Hold up, this isn't the full one. Let me see if I can find the full one. Is this it? But I mean, basically, though, I'm trying to find the one that has the full quote. I thought that one did, but obviously it didn't. Okay, well, either way, Cody basically confirmed that he is indeed, or he has indeed signed an extension with WWE. That much we know. He has signed an extension. He will be a WWE superstar, at least into his 40s. As you can see, Wrestle Features basically says it all. Cody Rhodes has previously stated he plans on retiring from the ring at 40. However, a new interview with Justin Walker, Rhodes confirms that he has signed a multi-year WWE deal, which means he's retiring at 40 is now out of the question. And I believe Cody is, let's see how old Cody is. I think he's like 37 at this point. 38. Yeah, he turned 38 last year. So Cody, 38 years old, definitely going to be wrestling well into his 40s. And I mean, he said when he signed originally with WWE that he did not envision himself wrestling past 40. However, the reality is that many wrestlers, Cody Rhodes including, are reaching their peaks right now and well into their careers. Cody stands at 38 years old, and I don't even think he's hit his prime yet. Like, Cody is just about, when he wins that world title, that is when he really enters his prime. And if you look at other wrestlers, LA Knight, 37 years old. You look at Sting. Sting, you could argue, looked better than he did since WCW in his final run in AEW. And that is a valid argument to make because he looked fantastic in his final run in AEW. And he was 65 almost. So the peaks of pro wrestlers are just getting older and older and older. And as technology, as health advances, so too and does the likelihood of longevity for many people in the wacky, wide, and wonderful world of professional wrestling. So shout out to Cody. I know that there are a lot of people who are like, oh man, he's going to retire after this one. I mean, who knows? The interesting thing that everyone wants to know is like, oh man, is Cody going to go to AEW? Like, that's something that I've heard that people will say like, oh, is Cody going to go to AEW? But is he ever going to go back? And I stand by this. I think one day Cody Rhodes will go back to AEW. I think it will happen. And I'm not saying that, it's going to be like a one-off. I'm saying like he will sign a contract to compete in AEW for years. And I think it will likely be like his final contract. I don't know whether it's right after this one expires or maybe he signs another extension with WWE or what have you. But I do think, and I don't think he's going to be a weekly talent, but I do think eventually he will return to AEW and finish that story as well. Because there is a story to finish there. The way Cody left AEW was not, the way I think many fans of AEW wanted him to leave, and definitely not the way Cody wanted to leave. But, yeah, that's all I'm going to say. I think eventually Cody will go back to AEW. But let me know what you guys think. I know a large chunk of you probably disagree. What else is on your mind, though? Let me know in the chat. What is on your mind? What do y'all want to talk about? I will say, hold up. Let me see if I can find this. Becky Lynch did an interview recently with Wrestling News Co. that had some people talking. Created by Okay, here we go. So this is Becky. This was interesting. So this is Becky Lynch talking to Wrestling News at Wrestling News Co. Guys, go subscribe and follow them. Doing great work over there. But
Women's Revolution.
This was Becky Lynch talking to Wrestling News Co. about the women's evolution, and this has a lot of people talking.
Was created by a Vince McMahon or a man or something like that in that sense in the storyline.
Yeah, so we talk about that in the book where I thought that was stupid. You know, like I thought it was so stupid. Like it's like, oh, we're freeing you from you. You know, like it was such a classical marketing thing that I just was like, oh, just give us good storylines and let us wrestle. You know what I mean?
So I mean, that's a great critique. First, I mean, I'll play a little bit more of it, but like that is a fantastic critique of the women's evolution, because a lot of people, when you critique the women's evolution, you know, I think there are a lot of bad faith criticisms of like, oh my God, like how else were they supposed to make women's wrestling matter? And I just said, by booking them better. And booking definitely got better under the, quote, women's evolution or revolution, whatever you want to call it. However, they could have done that without being fake and forcing these things down our throat, and like, you know, claiming that Vince McMahon was the bastion of women's evolution when it was the same people in charge before. But what changed? You know, like what? Like I mean, Becky Lynch literally said there. Hold on, let's replay it. She literally said it there.
In the storyline.
Yeah, so we talk about that. It was stupid. You know, like so stupid. We're freeing you from you. You know?
We're freeing you from you. Like from you. You are the ones in charge, and now you're. It's. I'm just saying. Say what you want about Triple H and the criticisms of him as a person, businessman, all that kind of stuff, and an executive. When he booked NXT's women's division, he did not like, you know, he touted the fact that the women were talented and honestly breaking down barriers, which they were. But at the same time, it wasn't the entire basis of their women's division. The basis and the foundation of that women's division was great wrestling, good storylines, and great promos, which is exactly what people want to see, which is exactly what talent want to do, which is exactly what Becky Lynch is talking about here. Like, just give us good stories. Give us good stories so that we can, you know, evolve what women's wrestling means. And, you know, it was an interesting thing. Becky's been doing the rounds on media interviews recently about her new book. And we'll talk more about like some of the other stuff that she said about like Ronda Rousey that's gotten people riled up. But one of the things that she's brought up in these recent media tour is, you know, the fact that she's just like, there were times in WWE where she was just like, why are we like forcing this? Like she mentioned here. And it's just, it's really interesting for me to not get enough sleep is what I was trying to say there. No, but it is interesting, you know, because Becky's been doing this media tour, and she's been talking about the women's evolution, talking about like Ronda. She's been talking about, you know, like just the overall vibe of her time in WWE, and she's been very honest about it.
In the book about how when we started, it's like the floor is yours. It's up to you what you do. Wait, what are we meant to do here? We're meant to wrestle? Oh, okay, cool. What are we fighting about? Evolution. Revolution. Well, okay, what? What are we? It was just so. It was so poorly executed, and just didn't need to happen in that manner, in that way. But I suppose it was like the marketing thing, and yeah, it was not executed well.
Well, you bring that up because no one Googled your faction name when you were giving it to you.
Okay, we don't need to talk about that. Tony says, I had wanted Cody to be the AEW World Champion, but the top dogs wouldn't let him. No, actually, that was a weird thing. I think the way the story goes is that all of the EVPs feared from the beginning that if they went out there and won all the belts, or if they went out there and were successful early on and didn't do, jobs early on, that they would be perceived as the people booking themselves at the top and booking themselves to be over and booking themselves above everyone. And that sentiment is fine and good, and I think we can all empathize and appreciate it, right? And that it came from a good place. However, the reality is that AEW was started because of those four guys. AEW was started because of the popularity of those four men. That is just the gosh darn truth. And the fact that you had the four biggest stars in that company that, were the reason that company was founded, were the reason that the original All In sold out 10,000 tickets. The way you had them come in and basically just lose, it obviously did not translate to hurting the company, because the company did well anyway. But part of you has to think, like, what if because here's the thing. Any booker, let's assume they were not EVPs. Let's assume they were just talent, right? Any booker in their right mind would book Kenny Omega, Cody Rhodes, and the Young Bucks to win and to be dominant in their run. Even if it's just them coming up. Any booker would have done that. So it's wild to think, absolutely ludicrous to think that, like, they should have, taken into account the, perception that they're booking themselves to the top, when that wasn't the case. At the end of the day, even in those early days in AEW, it was more of a committee before Tony Khan really took the reins. But even in the early days, Tony Khan had the most power, because it was, at the end of the day, his company, his show, his rules. But by allowing that perception and that idea of, we don't want us to look like, the old man wrestlers in WCW who booked themselves at the top with creative control and all that kind of stuff. That fear is actually part of what I think eventually led to, the problems AEW is facing today. Now, AEW, of course, is still a very successful company. They're going to get a massive rights increase, but that doesn't mean that they don't have problems. That doesn't mean that they're as hot as they used to be, because the reality is that AEW right now doesn't have the same ability to draw as they once did. And part of that is, I think, that they definitely hurt a little bit of their star power early on. They hurt the Young Bucks star power early on. These are made guys we're talking about, but and Kenny Omega too. Like, these are made guys we're talking about. But at the same time, part of you is like, if they had just been booked, if they had booked them to win and be winners from the beginning, imagine how far this company would have gone. And imagine how big their star power would have been if Cody Rhodes was booked to be the world champion, to be the one to defeat Chris Jericho in the beginning. Who knows? Who knows if he's probably still in AEW right now. And of course, there's other personal reasons why Cody left AEW that supersede probably this, but that mistake, I think, and that vanity, like, let's be honest, it's a bit of vanity on the part of the EVPs. That really is what led to, I think, just some of the issues they're facing today, as far as, like, these guys, are they big stars? Are they big draws? Because I feel like they would have been bigger draws if everyone knew from the beginning, these guys are not only the guys, but they're that damn good. And, eventually, like, obviously, like, Hangman and Kenny won the title belts. So the Young Bucks, Kenny won the world title. Like all that stuff happened eventually, but probably should have happened quicker than it did. Like, Cody should have won at Full Gear. Like, I understand you got the MJF stuff out of it, but that stipulation that Cody was not allowed to wrestle for the world title was ridiculous. And it would have been cool if they had Cody come back to it, but the fact that they never got it back around to doing it, it now it just looks stupid, and then that's again part of the issue of people. I think it's one thing to be like self-critical and kind of see that criticism coming before it does, but it's another thing to counteract that and be proactive about it to the detriment of the company and what's good for you guys as talent. That's just how I've thought about it. Of course, it's more complicated, I guess, than that, but I don't know. I just always thought it was the wrong decision. It could have been cool. Cody, not being able to challenge for the belt could have been cool, but it's not what happened. Becky, okay, sorry. I know we were just talking about Cody. Adrenaline and Resolve, something. Cody Rhodes. By the way, guys, go check out my booking of WrestleMania 40 if you guys haven't already. It's the latest video on the channel. But Becky Lynch. Becky's been really making the rounds on media. So this week, Becky Lynch confirmed, as I talked about in the video earlier this week as well, that her contract is up. This was Becky talking about her contract status on Ariel Helwani show.
Is this the final year of your contract?
Final 2 months.
Final 2 months. This is fun. I like this. And
If you wanted me to be honest.
yes, you do love honesty. And any talks of a renewal?
Nobody said nothing to me.
Are you interested in renewing?
We'll see.
What do you mean we'll see?
Oh, we'll see.
What happens after 2 months if you don't have a deal?
I don't know.
Can you talk to others?
I'm WWE.
Okay, so it's either WWE or bust.
Yeah, I just don't know.
Is there a chance this is your last WrestleMania?
I doubt that.
Is this common that it would be 2 months out and no deal? Maybe that's the difference between the Endeavor era and this old era. Interesting. Are you nervous about this? Are you anxious about it? Do you feel disrespected that there isn't a new deal in front of you?
At this stage in the game, contrary to a lot of the thoughts in this book of where I was coming up, I am so confident in my ability and my worth. Nah, I'm not worried.
Becky Lynch on MMA Hour with Ariel Helwani. By the way, Ariel is doing apparently like a limitless interview tomorrow with CM Punk, which I will definitely cover as soon as it wraps up and I'm able to watch it. That is going to be a very interesting discussion because Ariel says that nothing is off limits. We know Ariel Helwani's history with AEW and Tony Khan. So it's going to be an interesting little piece of business that him and Punk do. And him and Punk have had good interviews in the past. So it's going to be cool to see. So last thing I wanted to touch on about Becky. She's doing this book tour. She did talk about Ronda Rousey. And, of course, Becky and Ronda have had quite the history. Beefing on Twitter, a lot of shooting. It's been interesting, but this was Becky Lynch talking about Ronda Rousey and her not being able to wrestle. Here's what she said on the MMA Hour with Ariel Helwani.
If we do good, the company does good. So I don't think anybody is trying to make anybody fail. Mm-hmm. And I suppose that is my point. Nobody's trying to make anybody fail. And I think when you love this, you look to try and make it better. How can I make this better? She was coming from a different industry. She was a star, and she should have been handled differently in terms of, I think she had such a great first outing that everybody thought, oh, she can wrestle. And I mean this with respect, but she couldn't wrestle. What we do isn't something that you can just have one good match and then, okay, yeah, no, I'm off to the races. It's a craft, and you have to learn your craft, and you have to be diligent about learning your craft. But everybody treated Ronda like she already knew it, because when she first came in, she was good in that first bout, but she was also working with Kurt Angle, she was working with Triple H, Stephanie McMahon, it was a well-rehearsed match, you know, because everybody wanted her to succeed. And then it was like, okay, she can do this off to the races. And that was mishandling her, because she was, you know, a star in her own right, and she had done so much for MMA, and so in terms of that and booking, that wasn't done well. But my experience coming from nobody thinking that I was going to be worth anything, and making myself very valuable to the company and very valuable to wrestling in general, it's because I loved it, you know, because I loved it and I sought out to do it. And she came in and I think she found a place that she enjoyed, she liked, but she never like sought to do it from a young age. And I think that changes the experience that you have when you go into a place, if that makes sense.
So Becky Lynch, I think, gave a good faith criticism of Ronda, and there are parts I agree with and parts I don't agree with. I don't think Ronda was bad at wrestling, or I guess Becky said she couldn't wrestle. I don't agree with that. I think Ronda could wrestle. I definitely, and again, this is from a fan standpoint, from me watching it. I think Ronda could wrestle. Obviously, things are a lot different when you get in the ring. I'm sure Becky has a profoundly different experience, considering she's worked with Ronda. So I'm not going, and that's not to invalidate her, and she knows more about wrestling than I ever will. But from a fan standpoint, I thought Ronda could wrestle. And I think that in her original run, even if you take away that first match with Angle and Triple H and Stephanie, she showed that she could wrestle. She had good matches, good outings, and a lot of it was spectacle, but I thought that I still maintain this. I think Ronda had the best rookie year of any wrestler in WWE history. And that's what made her return when she returned to the company. That's what made her return even worse, because she comes back and everyone's expecting Ronda to be the same Ronda that we saw back in 2018, 2019. And it just wasn't the case. In fact, we got a Ronda that was not presented in the same light. We got a Ronda that wasn't presented anywhere near as a big star. And we got a Ronda that was pretty boring. And I don't think it's the fault of Ronda necessarily from a fan's perspective. Everything else could be different, and that's all valid. But from a fan's perspective, I don't think it was anything Ronda really did. It was the presentation of Ronda Rousey was not good. But there also is credibility to the point that Becky's making of, you know, it's different when you come up and grow up in the industry and you work to become a big-time professional wrestler, whether you're in WWE, AEW, New Japan, wherever. It is different when you do MMA, and that is your goal in life, like it was for Ronda Rousey. Like, she worked her ass off and became, at one point, the biggest draw in UFC, male or female. And then she made, obviously, the transition to WWE, but it is different. People are going to look at you different. And I think and I'm sure there are a lot of things. Me saying that I thought Ronda was good from an in-ring standpoint does not say that she didn't have places to improve on. It's not saying that she probably should have been handled differently. I probably agree with that. I would say that if people did treat Ronda like she was already doing it or whatever, or like she knew everything, that's wrong. It shouldn't have, because I said rookie for a reason. She had a great rookie year in WWE because it was her first year doing this. First match was with Triple H and Kurt Angle, and I'm sure it was a rehearsed match, as Becky said. It was a rehearsed match, and it looked like it, but it was great. So, all that to say, I mean, you know, it's one of those things where I 100% think what Becky said valid, but at the same time, you know, like I I think a lot of this could have been avoided if WWE had handled Ronda better. Tony in the chat says Becky is jealous at WWE's Women's World Champion for showing her butt while performing Stink Face. I'm. You'd have to ask Becky that. I'm not gonna go there, but I'm sure that's not the reason that Becky Lynch is challenging Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania in the match that I'm most excited for going into Mania. I doubt that is the reason that Becky is motivated to face Rhea Ripley. Highly doubt that, but thanks for the chat. What else? I mean, yeah, we do have WrestleMania. What else is going on? We got Takara Wrestling in the chat saying, did you know that we were supposed to get Toni Storm versus Becky Lynch, and Becky Lynch and Toni Storm tried getting it made? That would have been a great match. I mean, man, so could you imagine this Toni Storm versus Becky Lynch? That'd be epic. That would be epic. Let's see. Trying to look for any other stuff to talk about. What do you guys want to talk about? Let me know in the chat. By the way, guys, remember to smash that like button like it's no tomorrow. I mean, we could talk about. I don't want to run down the WrestleMania card. Oh, Matt Cardona was in AEW. That was pretty cool. Santana signed with TNA. The whole Ricky Starks thing was interesting last night. So Ricky Starks, apparently suffered some sort of head injury last night during the match with Top Flight, and the finish of the match was really wonky. Had a lot of people talking like Ricky kicked out of a roll up, it was a weird thing where Ricky didn't mean to kick out of a roll up, but I think Dante Martin didn't know that, so it looked really off. And then they covered Ricky really quick, and that was an audible because Big Bill and Ricky were supposed to win the match. However, Ricky would kind of called an audible and said, "Hey, I think I'm injured," and it was a precaution thing. And Ricky posted on Instagram last night saying that he's all good, but it was just a precautious thing. So glad to hear that Ricky is good. But Top Flight moving on is an interesting choice, and I think in the end that could be something that's really good for Top Flight. I think Liv Morgan's leaving WWE before Becky Lynch. I would agree. The chances of Becky joining, I think the chances of Becky leaving AEW at this point are I would give it 10%. And even that, I think, is being generous. There's always a chance. I will say this. There is always a chance things break down. You never say never when it comes to things like that in professional wrestling. But it would take something, in my opinion, in my view, it would take something insanely catastrophic for WWE not to re-sign Becky Lynch. Because if she gets a chance, if I'm telling you this, I think if Tony Khan gets Becky Lynch on the phone or a meeting in person, if it's a meeting in person, I don't think he's leaving without a deal. I think he's going to offer so much money, it would be ridiculous for Lynch not to accept. And that's not me saying Tony's writing blank checks to people. I just think when you have a massive, it's it's like whenever you have a massive free agent in the NFL and you're a team and you want to get them signed, there's a reason that Peyton Manning, didn't get to take his another meeting with Miami when he was doing his free agent tour. Denver did not want that man to go. They made sure they signed him. There's a reason that when Odell Beckham was a free agent last year, the Ravens did not let him go to the Jets because they said, we're gonna sign you. Like, we are not leaving until we sign you. So I really WWE has to know that. TKO has to know that. I don't think Becky's going anywhere. If she does, if Becky doesn't resign with WWE and she becomes a free agent, it would be one of the biggest stories of the year. I think outside of the Vince, outside of Vince and the lawsuit and that whole thing, it would be the biggest story in wrestling if Becky ended up going to AEW or even becoming a free agent. Be the biggest thing in wrestling. Which is why I don't think TKO is going to let it happen, because that would be getting Becky and Mercedes. If you're AEW, that would be big. And then, on top of that, you bring back Britt Baker, you brought back Thunder Rosa, you brought back, you're bringing back, hopefully, Jamie Hayter. You have Toni Storm. That is an insane, Julia Hart, Willow on her rock. Like, that is an insane main event scene for AEW. I think insane. Becky was talking like she wanted to say, she definitely wants to stay in WWE. I mean, look, if you're comfortable at a job, of course you want to stay there. That being said, again, 90% chance I think Becky stays. I really think, like, if I'm gonna put money on it, yes, of course, I think she's staying. But the one thing that we have all learned over the past few years in wrestling, never say never. CM Punk returned on Collision in June, and then by Survivor Series, he was in WWE. This is a weird time to be a wrestling fan. It's an exciting time to be a wrestling fan. It's an unpredictable time to be a fan of wrestling, because you never know what's going to happen. Car says, when Becky's speaking to Ariel about contract status, she was talking like she hopes WWE will sign her back right now before it expires. Different tone. Yeah, of course. I mean, I think if I'm a talent and, I think she's got, like, why would Becky want to leave? Like realistically, right? Becky Lynch knows that under Triple H she will be booked as a star. She knows that she will be paid a boatload of money. She knows that, she will get to, like, be on the road with her husband and likely closer to her family. There are a lot of reasons, like, for Becky to be comfortable with WWE, and she should be, because they really haven't messed her up at all. Like, she's one of the better booked people overall under the Vince McMahon to Triple H era. Over the past few years, anyway. But if, and again, big if, right? If for whatever reason those talks don't work out and the money's, for whatever ungodly reason, it's not there, like, I think it would be a TKO WWE kind of thing if they don't offer her the compensatory money, which they have to. Like, that would be the only scenario. But, like, again, it's one of those weird things. We live in an unpredictable age in wrestling. So never say never. That is why I am not talking indefinites or certainties when it comes to contracts like that. What I will say is that I think whenever Sheamus's contract is up, which rumor has it is soon, he will go to AEW. I have no insider information on that. However, yeah, I think he's going to go to AEW. That's all I will say with certainty. There is one person from Ireland that I know will probably go to AEW. Another one to keep an eye on is Finn Balor. I would just keep an eye on Finn Balor and that whole contract situation. Because, yeah, it's up sometime after WrestleMania. And TKO also, remember, is doing a weird thing right now where they're not entering into negotiations with people for their contracts until much sooner. So we'll see. Let's see. We got Takara asking, when is Liv Morgan's contract up? Let's see if we even know if Liv's contract is. Oh wow, I forgot. You guys are getting that reverb. My bad. Does not say. So I guess we don't know when Liv's contract is up. So yeah, we don't know. Finn Balor will definitely leave. I know for sure. Finn is a guy I could see, but I also think WWE would try to make a big push to re-sign him before his contract is up. Finn would be one of those, like, he has to leave of his own volition. I think if he's gonna leave, because I think WWE would try their best to re-sign him, and they would offer him really good money probably too. So, let's see. I'm looking. What else we got? Adrenaline and resolve. I am Cody. You guys excited for Mania? I got in trouble on Twitter last week because I said that I'm more hyped for Dynasty than I am Mania. I am going to both. I want to make that clear. I am going to both AEW Dynasty and I'm going to WrestleMania, but I am more hyped for Dynasty because of just naturally, because it's Bryan Danielson versus Will Ospreay, greatest wrestling match ever. Balor and Shinsuke are top two I see leaving after Sheamus. I don't know when Shinsuke's contract is up. Ricochet could leave. I could see Ricochet leaving. His contract is reportedly up sometime this year. Tony says, any info on MJF? No, but what I will say is I do have a video, like a long-form video essay, a fantasy booking essay that's coming out soon about that whole situation. But the sentiment generally, I think, that has been put out there, not reported on officially, but the sentiment that's kind of been floated out there by multiple insiders that MJF probably re-signed back when that whole Double or Nothing thing happened in 2022, and he's under contract. And my view is, even if he did not re-sign and his contract actually is up in January 2024, I think there's probably going to be injury time added to his contract. And yeah, I don't know. It's going to be, that's an interesting thing. It's a very interesting thing there. And I really, if you ask me to guess, I will guess. And I will say that MJF has re-signed with AEW. He's still under contract. He is injured. The man tore his shoulder labrum to the bone tore his shoulder labrum back in November. He fought injured for a month and dropped the title because he was injured. If rumors are believed to be true, and some of these are more, I would say, more believable rumors than others, then MJF was not supposed to lose the world title, and he was actually supposed to face Swerve and Hangman in a trios match at the pay-per-view Revolution. So, but he is injured, and he needed time away, and I think that's really what's going on. He needs time away. Adam Cole obviously is healing up from an injury, so it just kind of makes sense. I think eventually Adam Cole and MJF, though, is the money match at All In Wembley next year. If Cody wins the Universal title, do you think we'll have a media? Yep, I think we'll have a media scrum with Cody. We got Takara saying MJF isn't going anywhere. TK knows what he's doing. I think so too. I'm going to ROH Supercard of Honor and WrestleMania. I will be at both. Well, I will be at Supercard of Honor on Friday, and then I will also be at WrestleMania Night 1. But hit me up on Twitter if you're going to be around for ROH. Right now, I do plan to go to ROH. Whether or not I get media for that is to be determined. But if not, I'll just end up buying a ticket the day of. Because I really want... That's a dope card. Actually, I'll do that. Because I do want to talk about Super Card of Honor. Let's talk about Super Card of Honor. Let's... hell yeah, baby. We get to get ROH talk. I'm down. Let's effing go, baby. Let's talk about ROH. Give me a second. Let's pull this puppy up. This card got me all excited. Another one. Boom. There we go. So, ROH Supercard of Honor, we got Billy Starks and Queen Aminata. It's going one-on-one to crown the inaugural Women's Television Champion. That is going to be a banger match. You got two of the best here. We got Kyle Fletcher versus Lee Johnson for the ROH TV title. Then we have the Stardom Showcase match, which I'm sure is going to be absolutely off the hook. And we got Athena versus Hikaru Shida. This match is going to kill it. This match is going to absolutely... Lee Johnson and Kyle Fletcher obviously going to kill it. The Stardom Showcase is going to be great. I have all the confidence in the world in Queen Aminata and Billy Starks. This is my match of the night. This is my main event. Yo. Like... Athena and Hikaru Shida for the Women's World title. Athena, the most underrated talent. One of the only reasons, I'll be honest with you, that I watch ROH every week is Athena. Her and Hikaru Shida wrestling for a world title. Match is going to be awesome. We got Tony in the chat saying, I want Shida to win the ROH Women's title, the same title that was first earned by Roxanne Perez. Hell yeah, we love that. And then, of course, 11 years to the day that his brother, Jay Briscoe, won the ROH World Championship. We have Eddie Kingston, the ROH champion, defending his belt against his brother Mark. Can Mark Briscoe carry on the Briscoe legacy and win his first ever ROH World Championship? I think he will. Give me Mark Briscoe. Give me Shida. I'm a big guy. Holy Shida. Give me Queen's Quest. Give me Saya and AZM. Oh yeah. Give me Queen's Quest in the and Tom Nakano in the Stardom Showcase. Give me Kyle Fletcher. Give me Kyle. I mean, Kyle Fletcher's gonna win that. First, I love Billy Starks, but give me Queen Aminata. Come on, let's go. She's been putting in the work on AEW TV. And ROH TV, but like she's been doing a lot on AEW TV too. So give me Queen Aminata. I think she's definitely a star. Like, that's gonna be a really fun card. That's gonna be a really fun night of wrestling at the. What is this? The Lacoita Center. What is this? The Liakoros Center. Megan Bay versus Chris Statlander, another dream match. I'm telling you, this Stardom partnership for AEW is going to be great. Especially, I can't wait for Forbidden Door. Like, Forbidden Door is going to be an insane pay-per-view this year because you're going to have the Stardom stars. You're also going to have the CMLL, partnership playing into that. Forbidden Door is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, man. Like, that is going to be if there's a show like AEW claim, like AEW does claim, like, you know, like they're the one stop for all wrestling fans, but if there is a show that is like made for wrestling fans, like geeky, nerdy wrestling fans, it is Forbidden Door. That is a night that casual fandom does not matter. That is a night that they don't need to worry about catering to every crowd. That is a night that is just about, let's put on banger match after banger match after banger match after banger match for 5 straight hours until everyone gets exhausted and has to sleep in until past noon the next day. That's what that's going to be. And I can't wait. Rumor is they're moving it away from New York, which I'm really mad about because that is a very short Amtrak ride for me that I could have done. Hopefully, they still end up having it in New York, but Forbidden Door in New York. Like that's on my bucket list. Like, Forbidden Door is on my bucket list as far as things I wanted to do. Because I'm already going to Wembley. I have a tentative plan to go to Wrestle Kingdom next year. So, tickets to Japan are very expensive, especially when you're flying out from the East Coast. So, we'll see about that. But I really do want to go to Wrestle Kingdom next year too. So, sound crazy saying this, but my prediction is AEW will go to Tokyo in early next February. I don't think it's crazy. I think AEW is due for a Japanese tour. Or a Japan tour, excuse me. I think they would. If I were AEW, I would have World's End, which they seemingly are gonna do like towards the end of December anyway. From now on, I would have World's End be like kind of like a West Coast pay-per-view, and then I would fly out the talent from World's End all the way to Japan. And just do like your tour then, like, and do like a Dynamite from Tokyo. Do a Dynamite from the Tokyo. Well, I guess you can't do a Dynamite from the Tokyo Dome that week because let's do some cooking. Hold up, let me look at a calendar real quick. We could, Tony Khan, if you're watching, which I'm sure you are, you're one of the 6 people watching. Let's look at a calendar real quick. Come on now. Hold up. Takari got me cooking now. Hold up. The first Wednesday in January is January 1st. This is probably not going to do it then. But the next one's the 8th, so You're not competing with the Tokyo. Okay, hold up. You're not competing with Wrestle Kingdom, but let's hypothetically say they do that. They have a West Coast World's End, then they fly out talent for a Tokyo tour, or a Japan tour, and we get a Dynamite in the Tokyo Dome, and they can co-promote that with Wrestle Kingdom, and I'm sure New Japan would be like, oh. Yes, AEW talent and a tour. Yes, you come into the building. We got the stage set up. You get a big Dynamite out here in the Tokyo Dome. Let's go. Do that. Tony, you've stolen 1 million of my ideas. Steal another one. Do it, please. Oh, man, that would be cool. Like seeing a Dynamite or something like that, that would be cool. Because can't do Collision because that is January 4th, I guess, but... Or I guess like you could, but you don't want your talent tired like that. Just do a banger Dynamite from the Tokyo Dome, and like promote the hell out of Wrestle Kingdom on the 1st. Let's do that. Shout out to you, Takara, for getting that insane idea. Let's see. I feel like I missed a chat. Cody better finish the story or we have a problem. Yeah, honestly, if he doesn't finish the story, that is a huge problem. Not just for you, no. Not just for you. If Cody doesn't win, then it's kind of like, what are we doing at this point? And I think you are going to piss quite a few people off if Cody does not finish that story. Yeah. That's all I'm going to say. I think people will be pissed off if WrestleMania ends without Cody winning that belt. What else? What else is going on? What else is happening? Any surprise returns for Mania? I don't think so. Imagine TK set up a Jack Perry return at the Tokyo Dome. Ooh, that would be cool. See, look at that. That would be cool. I'm Jack Perry. Well, I don't like what Hook said. Oh, you can cry me a river. What if no one wins the fight? Which fight? Cody? I mean, someone's gonna win. It's Mania. Dude, if they did like a disqualification in the main event of Mania, there'd be a lot of people pissed. I mean, I won't be pissed because I'm not attending night 2, but if I dropped, because let me actually show y'all like what this ticket situation is. It's crazy. And I want to be clear. I know what my budget is for WrestleMania, and I'm gonna stick to my budget, whether or not WWE wants me to or not. I will find a way to get cheap tickets. But let me just give you guys a glimpse into what one night of WrestleMania looks like. Let's go to the more expensive night. Let's go to night 2. It's always more expensive, even though night 1 is always the better night. Let's show the good people what we're talking about here. So this is the Ticketmaster page for WrestleMania. I should probably get like a, hold up. I'm just gonna do something real quick. Just give me one sec here, guys. I'm just gonna make some adjustments. Where is... Okay, so I'll just say, like, I'm gonna show you all in a sec the night 1 stuff for Mania and how much it's gonna cost people who like want to attend, because it's actually an insane amount of money. But I definitely should have set this up before, but we're doing it live. F it. I'll say it and we'll do it live. Freaking thing sucks. To quote a horrible human being. Right. This is what? Window capture, like number 5? What window capture? 3. Okay. So, give me a second here. I'm a boomer. I'm a big bad boomer when it comes to streaming, guys. Like I am running high at capacity right now as far as my technical abilities. Big boomer energy. Let's hide that slideshow. Where's my webcam? Boom. All right, let's finally. It took me like 20 minutes, but we set it up. Let me move my camera over actually. Make myself like really tiny in this window. We'll go in the top corner. Go in the top corner. All right. Let's actually condense me down a little bit more. Not that much. Okay, so I'm showing you guys basically like what I see for Mania. Now, as you can see, a lot of seats. I think they just passed 60,000 for Mania as far as tickets sold. That's great, but cheapest tickets are $211, and these are shitty seats. I'm talking. Look at it, $212 behind the entrance, which is right here. You can't see my cursor, but it's right there. But anyway, it's what the fudge? What did it do? It just went away. Oh no. Oh, Sam Cedar. Bob Saget. It went away. All right, now it's back. Okay. So, yeah, cheapest tickets are horrible seats. Like, ain't nobody sitting here. All right, WWE, ain't nobody sitting here. So, all right, nobody's sitting here. All that kind of, what do we do? if you're WWE, like, or if you want to go to WrestleMania, what do you do? Well, God, I don't know why is it being so weird? Like, what was it? You want to sit, like, you want to get decent seats? Okay, cool. We want to sit, like, decently here. $500. $500 to sit, like, all the way in West Bubble Truck, like, in row 110. Then you got, like $600 to sit here, $700. And this isn't even, like, the inner bowl. Like, the inner bowl, which is, like, the equivalent of, like, basically a regular arena, is going to be like $1,000 here on Ticketmaster. Trucking insane. Got me messed up. Got me all the way messed up. I'm trying not to curse. It's Ramadan. But it got me so messed up. Like, floor seats, first of all. You buy floor seats for any wrestling show and they're not the first 2 rows. At least if you're a fan like me and you're short, I am a short king. I ain't sitting like in the front row. I am not paying $500 for any pay-per-view to sit on the floor and like have to like look around. So I ain't doing all that. Nah. I need the bleachers. I need the risers. So originally I was like, all right, we'll find something cheap. Like, look, how bad could it be? $300, maybe $400. Okay, cool. It's WrestleMania, $1,000 for this, for $1,000 for adrenaline and resolve something Cody Rhodes. I love Cody, but we saw this match last year. $1,000. It's WrestleMania. Of course they're gonna charge, but they're gonna charge that money. It's capitalism. We live in a capitalist, not utopia. We definitely don't live in a utopia. Anyway, $600. Look at this. Hey man, you want to sit all the way over here? Have a light shining in your eye? Have a big beam, like a big what's it got? Pillar in the way of the ring? Sure, he is at $400 here. Like, you're in the building. It's a history, and I was there. The car spreading fake news. Omer got that drip money. I got that drip money for like these seats, maybe. Yeah, I got this drip money. Yeah, I got this drip money. I'm telling you, there's a certain amount I will spend. $700. They wild and they think I'm gonna spend that much money. There's a certain amount I will spend. I'm not sitting up here though. I will say this. I will find a way to sit somewhere in, because I don't buy, y'all know how I roll with wrestling tickets. I don't buy wrestling tickets until the day of. There's a reason why I don't buy wrestling tickets till the day of if I'm going to a show. That reason is because they always get lower. I know with Mania it's a little different. Play it more close to the vest. See what happens, but got me messed up if you think I'm spending $700 on tickets. $700 on tickets. For Mania? For this? For what? For Becky and Rhea? Okay. Cody winning the belt? Okay, cool. 1,000. Who's out here spending? What I need to know, honestly, is let me just. I need to know who's this person, because $5,000 for this. Someone's out here spending. Hold up. Whoa. Yeah. What's going on here? Who's out here doing this? Who's living like this? What I need to know is all y'all wrestling fans who are always sitting in the front row, who like in every pay-per-view, what do y'all do for a living? Like, because I need to do that, obviously, because y'all are at every show. Like, what's going on? Like, I'm taking some food from home when I arrive at Mania. Hey, man, do it. Bring it, bro. I might do the same thing. I'm gonna make some sandwiches. I'll bring in my own, my own chips, my own popcorn. And I ain't staying in no hotel neither. I'm taking the Amtrak up, taking the Amtrak down. We are living bare bones. It's like a not even an hour-long trip for me. Taking that Amtrak up, taking it down. Supercard of Honor. Oh, great show. It's wrapped up. We're going up. We're going down. Hotel. We at the hotel, motel, Holiday Inn. No, we not. We at the Amtrak train. Choo-choo. Home. Ridiculous. Look at this. I mean, by the way, if you are one of the people who spent this much money on wrestling, look at this! $10,000 per person. What do you do for a living? No hate. By the way, no hate. Like, do you? And I love it. I love it. We having fun on Friday night, Morrow. I get it. But like, ayo. Like, don't get me wrong. If I had it like that, I'd probably be sitting front row of Mania too. I get it. But like, I need to know what y'all do. What do y'all do? like, cause some of these people are like, okay, like, what are y'all, like lawyers, finance bro? Like, cause y'all don't look like finance bros. Y'all don't look like lawyers. Y'all might be though. Never judge a book by its cover. Never do that. Meanwhile, let's my WrestleMania. Let's go to AEWTIX.com and look up ticket prices for my WrestleMania. Like the show that I'm like literally like, this is better than WrestleMania. Let's go to look up ticket prices for AEW Dynasty so I can show y'all like what we're looking at here. Look at this. Cheapest ticket, $28. Hell yeah. $24. $24. Like we'll settle this down to one. You know we're gonna be sitting over 400. Look at that. Hey, that's a lot of money. Oof, that's a lot of money. $300. Whoa. AEW don't play no games when it comes to. Hold up. Ooh. Hey, Tony. Hold up. Let me. I need to look at this for a second. What's going on here, Tony? We got $28 here, and then over here we got what $375. Tony, hold up, Tony. This was Tony Khan is trying to fleece. This is a wild ass disparity, I will say. I know it's a small arena. But this is you're gonna fill up the upper decks. I will say. I mean, like this show is gonna sell pretty easily because like I think the max capacity for this is like for a wrestling show is like 8,000, and I think they've hit like what just over 6,000. But this is just the rafters. We got Takara saying 400 bands though. It's crazy. Again, I won't be paying for that because look. Ticket prices are that expensive. I'm just going to wait till after Main, or I'm going to wait till the day of and buy my tickets then. That's what I do. Baptized by Fire says, I think I've been thinking hard to go to this year's WrestleMania, even if I buy tickets in the rafters. Yeah. I would say, like, I mean, that's part of the reason I'm going is like, okay, in all seriousness, one of the main reasons I'm going this year is because it is relatively close. And I don't know when it's going to be like that again, because next year is probably going to be in Minneapolis. And also, like, I have the ability to go with my brother and my dad. And I really want to do that. And, like, that's a bucket list thing for the three of us. So, I want to go to Mania. And I don't know, like, if I'm going to have the chance to do it, you know, or when I'd have the chance to do it again. So, that's, like, my main motivation, honestly. Like, and I love wrestling. Like, I love Cody. I love all this stuff. My main motivation is really I want to do it, like, with my family, you know, at least once. Hopefully you can do it more times. Hopefully channel pops off and, you know, like I can go travel all these shows and, you know, hopefully my family can come with me. But, you know, like the main reason is going with family. But Tony Khan, let's talk about family real quick. What family do you think can afford this? Hold up, let's see. We got $400. I'm like, I'm just amazed at capitalism sometimes, yo, for real. Like I'm like looking at this. I'm just like amazed at capitalism. Like if I were to sit and if I were to like guess, it would probably be like somewhere like here. But like yeah, that would be the C. I'm not paying $375. See, this is why we go to hold up. We're gonna pull up Game Time, baby. Let's see what Game Time has for this event. You know Game Time got all the deals. This has just turned into me like being absolutely awestrucken by the insanity of American capitalism. Let's see, AEW. I'm not even gonna look up WrestleMania. I know it's gonna be bad, but I'm going to AEW Dynasty. I'm also gonna be at a Brewers game like the same day, which is gonna be crazy. It's like I'm literally I haven't told y'all about my trip to St. Louis, but it is going to be the funniest trip I've probably ever taken because I fly in at like 10 a.m. and then I guess I get in, like I won't be done with the airport or I won't be in the city by like until like 11. So 11, then 1 p.m. local time, I have to go to a Brewers game, a Brewers Cardinals game. With my friend who's literally flying in from Chicago to just for the game. Like he's flying in the morning, then he's flying out at night. And then I go straight from the game over to the arena for this show. And then I'm going to sleep for like 2 hours. And then early in the morning, I'm flying out. Tony Khan is playing with power. Look, these are much better. Look. Yeah, you want to see playing with power. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull up the Vegas stuff yet. AWTIX. Because I haven't looked at the Vegas tickets yet. I was contemplating going to this one. But I haven't looked at the Vegas ticket situation yet. The Double or Nothing one. But last year was horrendous. Like, last year I remember trying to get tickets for this show. And that was in T-Mobile. It was like... It was like $500 for the cheapest ticket, and they were wondering why tickets weren't moving for that show. They're loading up the map here. Again, this is a small arena. This is the MGM Grand Garden Arena. Let's see. Does that say 50? Tony Khan. Did he say $50? Tony Khan is a man of the people. Look at this. Like, relatively, I mean, okay, these tickets are always going to be a little bit more. Okay, that is outrageous. But a man of the people, lower bowl for $50? Look at this guy. Look at this. Tony Khan, he's not playing with it. He's playing with power in the right way, at least when it comes to Vegas. That dynasty shit is still wild. But look at Tony Khan playing with power in the best possible way, making it a little bit affordable. A little bit more affordable to go to this show. Look at this. We got $500. Yeah, okay, you get the chair, I guess, too. I don't know, maybe two. That is wild. I'm sorry. That is wild. Hell yeah, that's crazy. How are you gonna do this then, though? Like, that's what I don't get. Hold up. That's crazy. I'm just gonna stop. All right, I think I've roasted wrestling ticket prices enough. I don't even know what I'm doing at this point. All right, it is 4:20. I should probably wrap up this stream soon. This is funny though. I don't know. I entertained myself on this stream. That's really what all this was about. Just popping. Just about me popping myself. Ooh, look at that. I moved the frame. By the way, guys, tomorrow night, live, I'm going to have... Oh, wrong one. Tomorrow night, right after Monday Night Raw, join me for a live post-show, WWE Raw live post-show. Rock is set to be there at the Barclays Center. It's going to be epic. I can't wait for it. And tomorrow night, I got a massive announcement planned. It's going to be more ways to view the channel. Going to be more content coming. That's all I will say. But I'm really excited for it, and I hope y'all will join and support. in that. But big announcement tomorrow night to kick off the Raw live stream, or the Raw post show, I should say. So looking forward to that. Be sure to go over there and hit that like button there. Hit that like button here before you go. I see there's a bunch of you in the chat who haven't. Hey, y'all are leaving. Y'all are not hitting that like button. What's going on here? Like I'm looking at you. No, you. Don't you click out of this. Don't do it. Hit that like button before you go. I love you. Please hit that like button. Let's see. think that's it. Oh, I should... Supercard of Honor. Do we want to roast those ticket prices real quick? Why not? Why not? Let's go and roast the Supercard of Honor ticket prices real quick. Where are we with that? Okay. This seems okay. Yeah. This is what wrestling is all about here. About to say, like, are there like first row tickets available? I could probably $100 if they're $100. Hold up. Might need to check. No. Let me. Might need to do some more research into this one. Go to StubHub, because let's see, ROH, right? Sorry, Ring of Honor. I spelled honor wrong. They fixed it for me. Oh, hold up. Let's get one ticket. Where's the map? Yo, they got the seat map coming soon. Well, that's not good, but like I could. This might be it. This one might be the. Whoa, okay, that's the wrong event. I'm not paying that much. Hold up. What's the best seat available here? You got the mixing right here. It's probably this. $42. Yeah, I could probably walk up and buy tickets for this show. So I'm like, give me the best ticket you got. Ooh, this is what I'm talking about. This is why I'm a fan of ROH. This is why we stan ROH. Oh, am I having lag issues? Takara says, "I got you a plate." Hell yeah, hit me up. We'll hang at ROH. Oh wow, like yeah, I am lagging. I'm sorry about that, guys. I'll fix that. That'll get fixed soon. I'll look into it. But okay, I think I've overloaded the stream basically, and I've overloaded y'all's time. Appreciate everyone who came in, balled, showed out, and had fun on the stream. I had fun, that's for damn sure. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Be sure to go over and check out my latest video booking the main event of WrestleMania 40. I booked night 1 and night 2. It's the latest video up on the channel. Be sure to check that out. Until next time, I'll see you on the Raw Post Show tomorrow night. Probably do a news video about the Punk news, whatever news comes out of that. Until next time, guys, Takara, Tony, Nolara, everyone who joined in the chat, I appreciate all of you. Be sure to be happy, be healthy, and as always, keep it real.